Hey guys, it's me here, damethedime, and I just wanted to bring you guys another video. Today we're talking about how to clear Tilted Towers. Now, Tilted Towers is one of the best spots on the map. It has tons of loot. It's great to drop there to get lots of shield, prepare for endgame, get whatever you need, but it comes at a cost, and there is a lot of players. And if you want to drop high kill games, or if you want to get the best loot every single time, you need to know how to land tilted. Now, there's a bit of a misconception about what it is to clear tilted towers. Now, tilted towers, you can camp in and you can hide in the single building and come out and kill the last guy or kill the last couple of people. That's not clearing tilted. Tilted is landing in the thick of it, getting about 4 or 5 or 6 kills when you are leaving tilted, and making sure that you are really sweating to slay out the rest of the map. Now, to do that, you need to have a couple of different landing spots. There is 2 main buildings that you can land at when you land at Tilted Towers: Trump Tower right here, or Big Red. Those are the 2 main buildings that are in Tilted, and those 2 will get you the highest kill games. Now, it's extremely important when you're landing at places like these 2, like Trump and Big Red. It's extremely important that you have practiced and that you can nail your landing. If you're the last one to Trump Tower, you're leaving it more up to RNG. You're not landing on a gun, you're not getting in the right spots. One of the biggest things with tilted is people come in and they don't really nail their landing, and then they're starting essentially with their hands tied. So it's important that practice your landing at tilted. The biggest thing about tilted is knowing how to land. It's one of the toughest things to do, but it's extremely important. There will be people who land faster than you, who land quicker than you, who do these things because they've practiced and they've come to tilted. So just like a skill as it is to practice your building, to practice your editing, practice landing at different spots. And this isn't just to do with tilted, this isn't just to understand which bus from tilted, this is to do with your favorite drop spot. I like to land lazy and lucky in pop-up cups, and what I do in those situations is I practice landing at those spots so that I know from every bus how I can possibly land at each of those places. Now, another thing that's extremely important is land on a gun. Now, when you land on Trump Tower, you can sometimes see that there is a gun on the top. If you aren't going to be the first one to that, you need to essentially be landing on a gun. Don't land inside the building that you haven't already seen, because you may not land on a gun, and you're leaving it up to RNG. RNG will essentially get you killed. That's luck. So that comes to luck with clearing tilted. We're trying to make sure that you can be consistent and as skillful as you can when it comes to clearing out tilted towers. So it's important that you are landing a gun, taking away a little bit of that RNG. That's why I like landing Big Red as opposed to landing Trump. Unless I've nailed my landing to land at Trump Tower, I particularly like to land at Big Red. It is still very busy, but not as busy, and I've practiced that loot, like looting that building very quickly. That's the next thing I'm going to touch on, is have your loot run set out. So when I land, I generally like to land at Big Red. As soon as I've finished looting Big Red, or I've killed a few people there and I have what I need, whether that is a pump, whether that is some shield, whatever I feel like I needed, then I continue on to my next spot. I then go to Trump generally, or I will go out to apartments if I see someone out there, or I will move to the basketball court where I know that there is extra loot if I'm missing something. So that's generally how I like to play tilted. I'm not camping, I'm always moving, and I'm aware of my environment. Now, the next thing is understanding tilted. So tilted is very unique, and there is many different things that you can do. As you can see, I can go through this window here, and I know that, and that will give me a good advantage in a different fight. As you can see up here, this window is something that you can't walk through with a cone. So understanding your environment, knowing what surfaces are underneath you, and understanding different audio of where people are is really important too. If you understand the audio and that you know that someone must be 2 levels below you because they're walking on wood as opposed to metal, etc., it will give you a good advantage. As you could see there as well, I landed on the balcony of the building and walk straight in. Knowing different tricks and hints to Tilted is extremely important too. If you guys would like a few more tricks of how to navigate Tilted and some different things that you can do with Tilted, let me know, because I could turn that into a video as well. Going on to knowing your environment is lots to know about where you land, and the practice of your loot run and understanding that is extremely important. Now, this doesn't just transfer to Tilted, this transfers to all places on the map. Everywhere you land, you should be comfortable and understand different hints and tricks, and any little thing that you know about the environment could give you the advantage that your teammate might not know. That could even be the fact of leaving dynamite in a particular building and knowing that you may need dynamite in that situation and going back for it later. This could help as well. Next thing is pushing fights and controlling third parties. Now, I have lots of friends who I play with, and some of them love Tilted like I do, but I have a lot of them who don't like Tilted as well. And the thing that I hear most from those friends is, you can't land Tilted because you get third partied. Now, that's true. Everyone in Tilted is looking for third parties, and myself, when I land Tilted, I'm looking for third parties as well. It's the easiest way to kill someone and not take damage during fights. However, part of landing at Tilted is controlling the chaos, essentially. So I understand, if I know, so I generally have an idea of sounds of where I can hear different people. If I know someone's in Trump Tower, if I know someone's in Big Red, and I'm at the bottom of Trump and I know someone's in Big Red, I can hear them breaking the chest. I've heard that already. I know that they're there. So if someone comes to push me, I know that I might need to kill that person quickly, so I might go for a barrel stuff, or I might really try and set a trap, or I might aggressively push them because I'm avoiding the third party. Now, it's important that you are clever in this too, because minimizing the damage that you take is very important for Tilted as well. Staying stagnant and being held out in a standoff where you're AR spraying and just going back and forth isn't really a spot that you want to be in. Tilted, unlike a lot of other areas, is somewhere that you can really hide. Player movement and hiding in particular areas is extremely important for Tilted Towers. Now, there are some excellent players who love landing Tilted. Lots of controller players like Ghost Aiden, Nick Merckx, Destroy. They're people who all land Tilted and love slaying out in Tilted. Now, what sets them apart from other people who land Tilted is their game sense and their movement. So they really understand what it is to land at Tilted and understand how that they best cope when they are at Tilted. So having these advantages, knowing where to land, knowing what to land on, knowing your environment, knowing whether you can hide, will help you when you land Tilted. Now, this last bit here is one of the most important things that you can possibly do when you land Tilted, and that is carry as much shield and heals as you can. So recently in patch 8.2, Epic took away shield and health per kills in public matches, and really fighting people in Tilted without gaining that sort of heals and that sort of stuff, it's really tough on the aggressive play. So if you want to slay out in public matches, it's really important that you are carrying shield. I suggest carrying lots of shield in scrims as well, but it's particularly important now. One of the best ways to make sure that you aren't losing damage is understanding fights. So building between your shots and different things like that is really important. My next video, which will be coming out midweek this week, will be about how you can improve as a player and how you can play against that patch. So if you really want to see how to improve and make sure that you're not taking too much damage or that you are safe in these sort of fights, make sure you turn on notifications and subscribe so that you know when the next video comes out. It's extremely important to carry heals. So generally, as you can see, most of my loadouts, as you can see, the one that you can see right here, is I only carry 2 guns most of the time. Now, if I had an RPG or something like that, I would probably swap it out. Or you see I pick up the sniper here as it's situational, because I know that he's storm holding me and I'm trying to bait him out, and then this way I shoot. But it's just like that in Tilted too. So it's extremely important that you are carrying shield and other things that can help you. So I only carry, generally when I play, I only carry an AR and a pump, and then I carry 2 slots of shield, and then I'll either carry movement or something like stinks or dynamite or something like that. And that's generally how I walk through Tilted 2. Now, like I said, I will go into greater depth as to why I carry those guns in a later video, which will be coming next week. So like I said, make sure that you have notifications and have subscribed for that one too. Lastly, I wanted to talk about how to come out of Tilted. So many of you may have played in solos and stuff before, obviously, but when you come out of Tilted, you've slayed out, you've come out of Tilted, and then you get third-partied, or someone just comes on the edge of Tilted and then you get pushed really tough. So while you're in Tilted, the important thing is understanding the zone. So sometimes I like to stay in Tilted for as long as I can. I don't like leaving Tilted Towers. It's easy to fight there. I like fighting there. So I will stay in Tilted Towers, and understanding the zone will give me the best idea of where someone will rotate from, and knowing where I likely need to be watching and prepared for when I do come through Tilted. So what I'm always doing is I'm understanding the zone and I'm watching. I'm seeing how much time I have left, if I can push this person, if I can't push this person, if they're going to storm hold me, or if I need to move on. So that's situational and game sense. So I'll give you a few ways to work on your general abilities that will help you when it comes to landing Tilted. Now, I said it in my last video and I'll say it again. Turtle Wars is one of the best ways to improve close quarters. It really helps you work on your edits and your building. I run them on my streams, which most of you guys, I feel like, have already started following my Twitch. If not, I will leave a link for that in the description. I run Turtle Wars all of the time. I do it at the start of the weeks for players to help and learn and improve. If you want to be part of those, make sure you follow the stream and they will help as well. Turtle Wars is a great example. Build fighting, lots of your friends. Although there's not much build fighting in Tilted, it helps you practice your builds and edits, and being really clean and in those close quarters helps as well. Lots of solo squads landing at Tilted, I found, helped me a lot. Solo squads is really hard now, and you need to be at the peak of your performance when you play solo squads, as you don't get health and shield per kill. Solo squads means that you need to be at the peak of your performance. So you need to be understanding when there is shield, when there is not shield, and knowing your environment just as well, because you have more players coming at you. You take more damage when you fight squads, so it's really important that you are right on the top of your game. So don't be discouraged if you're landing in Tilted and you get pushed by a squad and you die. It's a learning curve. So learning to land at Tilted takes a long time. I've landed there since it was basically first put in the map, and that's how I got the best understanding. Watching the best streamers who love to go to Tilted as well was definitely something that helped me. Lastly, have fun. When you land at Tilted, regardless of the reason, if you're playing in an arena mode or if you're playing in a public match or whatever, you're playing with your friends, whatever, don't get angry and don't get upset when you play out Tilted. Tilted is a tough place to land, and sometimes things won't go your way. Sometimes you won't get guns, sometimes you won't get shield. It will be tough. But have fun with it. If you keep getting angry consistently, you're not going to learn, and you're not going to really improve as a player if you're not working through it like that. So I suggest that when you play and land Tilted, is have fun with it. Learn from it. Make sure that you're always learning and improving when you play in that situation. And making sure that you're having fun with it is if you're getting upset, you're not going to learn much. Make sure that every time you die, you understand why and you ask yourself, and have fun with it. If you die, the worst thing that happens is queue for the next one. Don't be too upset. Alrighty guys, if I missed anything or if there's any questions that you guys want to ask, make sure you you ask them in the comments and I will answer them for you. If not, make sure that I really appreciate it if you went to my description. I have all of my links so that you can follow me everywhere. My Instagram gives notifications on when I go live, when our video is coming out. Sometimes it has sneak peeks of what the next video is, and that would really help me. See yous.